Where were you a year ago? I reflected on that in the last few days, especially with people making posts, things that they were doing a year ago at this time. Well, last year at this time, we were a couple weeks into lockdown. People were fearful, scared out of their minds, and literally not going or doing absolutely anything. A year later, we still have a lot of things going on because of the pandemic, but I've advanced a lot in the last year. Have you? Have you changed things in your life, or you at your point in your life a year later where you're wishing you had done something in the last year of the lockdown? Some of you still had to work and your lives continued on and your routines were the same. Other people, a majority of people, they weren't. Your routines were completely different. You were in your homes. You weren't doing much. Things that you normally did with extracurricular activities weren't happening. And, just so many things weren't going on that you were used to. Maybe taking your kids to sports or chasing them to different things. Or maybe you don't have kids and you were used to doing whatever extracurricular things that you did. And now all of a sudden, you weren't able to do it, and you had all this free time on your hands. And you were letting the media control how you thought. You were letting the associations in your life, from not just the media, from people, make you live in fear. And rightfully so, people had a right to be nervous and scared. But what you could have done, and if you haven't done, is look at your life and reevaluate where you want to go and utilize the time that you have now, because a lot of things still aren't open. A lot of things aren't still accessible for people. And you have more free time still today than you did prior to the pandemic. And in that free time, you have the ability to pivot. You have the ability to restructure and refigure out your life and exactly what it is that you want to accomplish or what it is that you want to do, and use that time. Because don't forget, on a daily basis, if you're at a job, you're trading your time for dollars, right? And the time that you have when you get home from work, and if we'll take that one step farther, during the pandemic, all that free time that you had or still have, that can be utilized to create a side hustle for yourself. Maybe take an online course or take something to change and pivot your life moving forward. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to, learn another language. Maybe you wanted to learn specifically about whatever topic it is. And there's a plethora of information online that you could use that time that you now have free to learn that. Maybe that information will help you advance in your career once you get back to work if you're currently laid off. Or if you're in a current career, maybe that course or designation you want to get will make it so that you can make more money. Or maybe that course or thing that you learn will help you create your own podcast. It'll create your own side business or your e-commerce business. The list goes on. The point of this conversation, though, is where were you last year and where are you now? If you haven't moved your life forward, it's not too late. Even if the pandemic wasn't going on, learn to value your free time and don't take it for granted like many of us have done in the past. Your time should be worth more to you than what you're getting paid at your job, because that time can be used to level yourself up, to climb, to move your life forward so that you can accomplish so much more than you've ever thought was possible. But you kept on putting it off and, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it another time, I got this going on and that going on. Guess what? You don't have this and that going on like you used to. Majority of you don't. So utilize your free time like it is gold, and go out and use that time to learn, to change your life, to read, to whatever the case may be. Like I said, take courses, but just do something different in your life. Don't be stuck. Don't be sitting a year from now thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, why didn't I spend more time and effort this past year changing my life, learning, pivoting, growing, right? Don't get stuck in a rut for another year if you've already been stuck in that rut. And for those of you that have been doing stuff this last year to change your lives, kudos to you. Keep it up, right? You never know where you're going to be another year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now on your, quest to be the ultimate version of yourself. I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. Peace out. We'll talk to you soon.